In this video, we're going to talk about blackjack betting strategies. I'm going to tell you what doubling down is and what splitting is. We're going to talk about when to double down, when to split, which hands you should split. We're going to teach you basically how to increase your odds against the house by using these betting strategies. And most importantly, I'm going to teach you a way at the end of this video that you can make money every single time a bet is placed, whether the house wins or the player wins. So stick around, some really exciting stuff to share with you at the end of the video. But first, let's start by talking about doubling down. What is doubling down? Doubling down is when you can bet up to the full amount of your original bet. Okay, you can double down for less than your full bet, or you can go as much as your original bet, hence the term doubling down. Now, regardless of whether you bet the full amount or you double for less, you are only going to get one hit card if you decide to double down. So let's talk about what hands you should definitely double down on. This is what we're going to call the prime hands. With these four hands that you see on the left, you will want to double down every single time regardless of what the dealer's up card is. Okay? Just remember for these four hands, remember the rule of 11. If you don't have an ace in your hand and your two cards equal 11, you always want to double down. If you do have an ace, it probably means you either already have 21 or you want to go ahead and hit because that's going to be your best odds. But with these four hands that you see on the left, 9-2, 8-3, 7-4, 6-5, always double down these hands. Now let's talk about the subprime hands. Just like on the last hand we talked about the rule of 11, with the subprime hands, this is, just remember, the rule of 10. With these four hands, you really first need to look at the dealer's up card before you decide whether you want to double down. Okay? If the dealer does not have an ace or a face card showing, a face card of course being king, queen, jack, or 10, then you should double down with these four hands. This is going to put the odds in your favor. Now, if the dealer does have an ace or a face card, you will definitely want to hit. You have the option to double down with these cards, but it's not really putting the odds in your favor. Remember, you're trying to beat the dealer and not push the dealer. So now let's talk about what splitting is and also the option of splitting combined with doubling down. Splitting is when you can take your hand, your two cards, and you can make it into two hands. Remember, you have to have a pair in order to split, but there's some pairs you don't want to split. For example, on the last slide, you saw that 5-5 was a hand that met the rule of 10, and that would be a hand that might be better to double down on, and you would never want to split a 5-5. But there are other hands that you will want to split, which we'll talk about on the next slide. Just remember, with splitting, you have to make the exact same bet for the second hand that you made originally on your first hand. So if you bet $20 on your first hand and you got a pair and you want to split them, you have to bet $20 on your second hand as well in order to split. Also remember that with splitting, you are not limited to only one hit card in the same way that you are with doubling down. You can continue to hit on each of these new hands, and you can keep hitting on those until you're ready to hold. Or if you make 11 with either of these hands, then you would want to double down as we discussed previously, and that's where you would be combining the strategy of doubling down with splitting, and that really puts the odds in your favor. So let's talk about splitting and which hands you can and should split. First of all, as we said earlier, remember you have to have a pocket pair in order to split, and while you can split any pocket pair, you shouldn't necessarily split any pocket pair. Some pocket pairs are not good to split. For example, king-king, queen-queen, jack-jack, 10-10, these hands are not a good idea to split because they already add up to 20 and your odds of beating the dealer are already very good. So you don't want to split them and decrease your odds. Second of all, there are some pairs that are risky. Depending on the dealer's up card, you may or may not want to split them. This is more of an advanced blackjack strategy, which we will discuss in a separate video. So look for another video on our YouTube channel regarding advanced blackjack strategies, and we'll discuss those in a separate video. There are really only two scenarios where you should split every time regardless of the dealer's up card, and that's what we want to discuss in this video. Those are 8-8 and ace-ace. If you split these cards every time, you will increase your odds against the house. So no questions asked. If you get an 8-8 or you get an ace-ace, no matter what the dealer has up, split them, always. So really, you're ready. Okay, I mean, it's pretty basic stuff, what I've taught you, but don't be afraid to go sit down at the blackjack table and use the strategies. What I just taught you is already going to increase your odds at a blackjack table, okay? The hand you see on the left is obviously a guaranteed winner, right? Blackjack, ace-jack, or ace-king, or ace-queen, or ace-10. Any ace and a face card is going to be a blackjack, and that's a guaranteed winner. But with the basic information that I've just given you, even if you don't have a blackjack hand and you use these strategies and these betting rules, your odds are going to be greatly increased against the house. And you can use these strategies whether you're playing live in a casino or whether you're playing online. Just remember, there are a lot of sites where you can play online, especially if you live internationally, but as of the recording of this video, it's really not yet legal to gamble online in the United States, although if you've been following the news, you probably know that online gaming, at least as of this video, has already been legalized in 3 states, and there is legislation in the Senate already that looks like online gaming will be offered throughout the United States very soon. So if you're looking to play blackjack online and you live in the States, it looks like this could be a definite possibility for you very soon. And just remember, when this happens, online gaming is already a massive global market. If you don't know how much money online gaming makes, it already is a $45 billion market, and it is expected to triple by 2015, especially when the legislation passes in the United States. And this is going to create a very unique opportunity for the people who are anticipating this change. So if you'd like to see how you can actually get out in front of this opportunity and capitalize on this tidal wave of an opportunity before it takes place, and I'd like to show you how you can actually make money every single time a bet's placed worldwide, whether you're betting, whether somebody else is betting, whether or not the house wins, whether the player wins. You can actually make money every single time a bet is placed worldwide, and I'm really excited to show you how this is done. So what I want you to do is click the link below this video and join me in the video on the next page, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can make money by other people's bets across the world. Click the link right now.